viewer. Thank you for joining us once again on Budget Cafe Discussions, a platform where we engage on matters budget advocacy. So today I'm joined by Jalim Ibrahim from Kwale County, and he's going to share with us about their budget advocacy work in Kwale County. Welcome to the studio, Jalim. Hi, Jalim. He's joining in a few. So the reason why we started the budget advocacy here, or this particular platform, is because you realize that there's really lack of information of what is going around in the various counties when it pertains to matters budget. So we decided to start this platform so that we can be able now to learn more about what is happening in the various counties, how the civil society organizations are engaging the county government in matters budget. Yeah, so Jalim.
Yes, I am here.
Yes. Kindly introduce Jalim. Kindly introduce yourself, Jalim.
Okay, good morning. I am Jalim Mohammed Ibrahim from Kwale County, budget consultant.
All right. So kindly give us an overview of the budget making process in Kwale County. Hello, Jalim. Seems like his internet is up, but he's joining us in a few. Yeah, issue with the internet, but yeah. So as I was saying, the aim of this particular platform is also also offers an opportunity for us to learn on how the different actors are increasing budget allocation.
Violent.
Yes.
It seems you have problem with your connections.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm
you
going
have
to work
problem
on
with your
it.
connections. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Can you
you
hear
want
me now
me to start
Yes,
on
yes.
the budget making process or what?
Yes, in Kwale County. Go ahead.
Yes, loud and clear. So what do you want me to start on?
Yeah, I wanted you to share with us an overview of the budget making
first and foremost, in Kwale County, we have Kwale County is among the counties of the Coast Province. We have It's okay. Kwale County has 20 wards in general and 4 sub-counties. Kwale County in budget making process, they usually start by the executive and then an assembly. And they do start by giving out their documents or sharing the documents through their website, and also from the grassroots level, that's through the administration's offices. We have village administrators and ward administrator within Kwale County. We have over 77 village administrators, and then we have the ward administrators in each ward. So when the citizen normally get the chance to collect the information or the documents through the ward offices within their respective wards. So the only problem with the sharing of those documents, one, or if you look at the County Government Act 2012, Section 87, the principle of the public participation, they do share the documents very lately. There's no timely sharing of those documents. Also, the minority and marginalized people are not featured in during the process of budget making process. Having said that, since the devolution up to date, the PWDs, the documents, that the Braille forms, there's no Braille form within our Kwale County for the PWDs. And also the involvement of the minorities and marginalized peoples during the public participation is very minimal. So after the executive, they do collect the views from the citizen, and then those views have been validated mainly at the GTI, that is Matuga sub-county. We have the main centers by the name of GTI. After the validation, then we have the county assembly members. They also do their public participation in regards to the proposal being given by the citizen. And then after that, we just approve or disapprove according to the act on what to amend and what to accept. But then we have problem during the public participation in regards to the citizen's voice or to the citizen proposal. We may find that during the public participation or during the budget documents after the approval, we may find that the main project or the proposal which citizens have been proposed are not being featured in the approval budget. So that's one of the challenges we counter within Kwale County. Me being the budget consultant, we do pre-budget process within our wards. That is 3 to 4 days before the public participation. And then we do also give their documents and how to articulate issues in regards to the different documents. That's how we normally do in Kwale County. Thank you.
All right. So I'd like to ask, how closely are the civil society organizations working with the county government of Kwale?
Okay, that's a nice question. CSOs within Kwale County, as you know, CSOs, they're like a platform with the community and also the government. So we as the CSOs, we have our consortium, which we normally do engage the CECs and even the MCAs. But the only problem is that we don't assess fully the MCAs within Kwale County. If we, for instance, we request them to discuss in regards to the issue of development, they tend not to show up themselves. So we have close friendship with them, but the only problem is in regards to the development agenda. They don't listen to us if we try to articulate the issues for benefit of the citizen at large. And by saying this, we normally do write the memorandums and even petitions to the county assembly, but it's very rare for them to take those issues in regard to the CSOs if they give those memorandum or the petitions.
Mm-hmm. So I also wanted to ask about
you get me,
matters.
Yep.
Yes, I can hear you. So I wanted to ask even about matters transparency. Do they avail like the key budget government documents on the website? Like if a citizen wants to go and access like the annual development plan, the CFSP, even the budget estimates, are they available in the website or they usually don't post them online?
Okay, I can give this one a moderate in terms of percentage. I can say it's a 50%, because if I say that if you want to know about the transparency or accountability, we normally prefer to use the documents, the CBROP document, that is County Budget Review and Outlook paper, which gives in details the last performance and even the current issues of development. But if we look at the website, the Kwale website, the CBROP, which is in their website, is for the 2018. So we have a gap on uploading the documents. So in short, we still have problem in the ICT departments in regards to upload those documents. So for instance, during this corona or the pandemic which we have, we don't do physical public participation due to the guidelines of the WHO. So we normally need those documents to be in the website so that we may prefer or maybe to discuss it or to articulate it before the time of us to give the memorandum. But then you cannot find those documents in our Kwale website. So I think there's a gap on uploading those documents within the Kwale website. Yep.
So I'd like to ask, have the CSOs there tried even writing to the county government to avail those documents online?
Several times, Violent, we did this. And it's not like you just maybe once or twice. CSOs have been trying their level best within Kwale County to do all the necessary means of the government, mainly by sharing the information to the citizen. One, as I said earlier, we do the pre-budget process with the community at different villages and even the wards, so that their views should be considered or featured to the approved budget. But it's really sad that all the efforts the CSO is trying to make, at least to help the government, but those issues or those proposals, those memorandum are not being featured in during the approved budget. For example, the budget of 2020-2021, I myself, I've trying to go around all the sub-counties in regards to PWD's issues. Because since devolution up to date, the PWDs, they are not being featured in any approved budget. There's only one department whereby the PWDs are being featured in, which is the sports and culture issues, which is a revolving fund. I can say this without any predictions. So I have tried to collect the views and even writing memorandum, and I took those memorandum to the CEC of the finance and even to the director of public, for the budget issues. But it's quite sad, after the approval of the budget, there's no any issue which the PWD is trying to to raise, which was featured in the approved budget within Kwale County. So I think there's still a gap within the community views in regards to the political wills. All many issues within our documents or with the approved budget which we have in Kwale County, it's more of the political rather than the citizens' views or their needs, which find the gap. If we look at the issue of the education, for instance, in terms of the allocation, Kwale County is the only county which has been started the issue of giving the bursary to the community or to the citizens or to the students. So we do allocate 400 million annually, whereby each ward got 20 million. So, for instance, we have to ask ourselves, first of all, why is it that all the wards are being given 20 million vis-a-vis the population are not the same? The needs are not the same. Even the standard of living are not the same. So why is it that all the 20 wards are being given 20 million for the bursary funds and so on? And then to make it worse is that every financial year, the 400 million are being utilized. That's the only department which they utilize the whole 400 millions or the allocation within their budget. So my question is, do we have, or in each financial year, do we have the same students? Do we have the same needs within those wards which cut up for the 400 million? How is that possible? So I think there's a time for us, also for the CSO and for the government officials, to give us the updates since the disbursement of this 400 million. How is it being utilized? Is there any remaining? If yes, where are those remaining of those funds? That's my points. It's quite sad, violent, because within population, Ukunda ward has more population than all other wards. But mind you, the 20 million cut across the whole 20 wards. So there's no any criteria being used on what it entails for those 20 million within those 20 wards. Thank you.
Wow. Interesting. So with the communities coming together and submitting memos to the county treasury, has there been an increase in budget allocation for the various sectors?
Okay, thank you. Increase or decrease within the budget allocation, it depends on the total allocation or disbursement from the national government. And also, as you know, within the department, this depending on the sector ceilings. So we cannot increase or decrease depending on the sector ceilings of that department. For instance, before any increase within the departments, we have to ask ourselves several questions. First question, we have to ask ourselves the last performance within those departments. Which department gives or maybe has high impact in regards to development issues? That's the first thing. Second thing, we have to look at which department has the most challenging within that annual annual month of the budget. Second, we have also to feature or to consider the needs of the community at large. So those are the key things first. Before increase or decrease of the allocation, we have to to consider those facts, because it's very bad, violent within Kwale County. Those 20 wards, sorry to say, the sector of agriculture, all the 20 wards are given tractors. Mind you, not all wards within Kwale County are doing farming. So just ask yourself, is the tractor the priority of the community? Is the tractor proposed by the community? If not, yes or no. Why is it that all the 20 wards within Kwale County are given the tractors? Those are some of the questions we have to ask ourselves, because we have an urban areas and we have rural areas. It's very sad for us to use the tractors within Ukunda, and yet we don't have farming within Ukunda. We have to look at which sector should be given priority at a certain time within that ward. What do we have in that ward? Use the resources which we have. Because
we are experiencing network issues, but the discussion is very, very interesting and informative. He's joining us in a few.
Violent, please, you have to check your connection. You really disconnect me daily. I'm really sad to say this, but please check your connection. My point was in regard to misappropriation of funds. I may say this because you cannot allocate all the wards same amount, yet they have different needs. I'd been doing during the equity week, I tried to do my analysis in regards to the budget documents or the approved budget within Kwale County. It's quite sad to say this. Some of the wards which are not tourism destination, they got higher allocation than those wards which they have tourism. You see? So I don't know what measures or which criteria do our assembly use to allocate those funds. So I can say this: the needs or the proposed issues of the community are not featured in the approved budget. It's only the political needs which are being featured in the documents. That's why, since devolution up to date, within Kwale County, we don't have capital expenditure project. That's why our local revenue decline daily in each. Every financial year, our target, we don't meet our target as the Kwale County in terms of local revenue collection. This is all because we don't have capital expenditure project within our wards. We only.
Oh my God.
Violent. We have 3 types of projects: community project, flagship project, and even the headquarters project. Mind you, the flagship projects are not being proposed by the community. For instance, you can see the 2 kilometers road cost within Kwale County 100 million, whereby in each kilometer 50 million. Mind you, it's not about tarmacking. No, just maraming 50 million for 1 kilometer. Is there value for money? If not so, why have we allocate 100 million for 2 kilometers within Kwale County? We do established different roads, which is just 2 kilometers. Why don't we just take one road for different financial year, maraming it, tamaking it to fully, so that we can access the economic, even the marketing issues and even the security issues. But we cannot just access a road for 2 kilometers and then another financial year we look another road for 2 kilometers for 100 million. There's no value for money. So that's the only problem we have within Kwale County. So I think it's more time for the county government or for the leaders which we have in the county government to look at the ideas, to be creative in terms of devolution. Devolution is a very key thing. But then if we don't look at what we need, what is the problem within Kwale County? How are we going to utilize this problem? How can we make use of our local resources we have within our counties? Those are the key issues we have to focus on. For instance, if we look at the Makueni and so on, they use their local resources to make it develop and also to utilize the local revenue. But ask ourselves within Kwale County, which local resources have been there's no added value. I can say this. For instance, we have mangoes, we have coconuts, we have a very nice beach. It's now being 7 years the best beach within Africa, the Diani beach. But ask yourself, after all those recognitions of our beach, what's different since then to date? Those are the key questions we have to ask ourselves. So devolution is very key, but then we don't know how to utilize this devolution. We don't know how to develop or to make use of our local resources, at least to have the capital or maybe to boost our local revenue.
Wow. Thank you.
Any other question, Violent? I'm listening to you.
Thank you for the insightful information that is coming from your side. So I wanted to ask, like when you engage communities, do you utilize data so that so that your advocates may be effective?
Yes. When I engage community with my CSOs, partners or friends, we do use data, because for the best budget issues, you have to give justification in every sector. So I do give the data, but the problem with our citizens is that they understand more the politician than you as a CSO. That's the problem. And also, what makes the issue of public participation not to be effective within Kwale County, it's in regards to the handouts. It's very bad, Violent, within Kwale County that community can't participate within the issue of the public participation, despite being their rights, but they need handouts. That's why the selection for the invite is being selected by the ward administrators, that I need so and so to come for the public participation. But my question is, do they have any impact, those who are being invited by the ward administrators or village administrators within those public participation meetings? So those are also one of the challenges we have within Kwale County, that for you to be in the public participation meetings, you have to be invited by the ward administrator or village administrators. Then you will be given 500. So majority of the citizens, if they go to the public participation meetings, they don't think about what to articulate or what to propose their agenda. But if another year, I will not be invited and I will lose.
Right, all right. So, Jalim,
I can say this also. Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry. One thing to add, Violet.
Okay.
I'm sorry to say this. And this thing is not about political. I'm not a politician, by the way. This is in regards to the BBI issue. The increase of allocation to the county government from 15 to 35%. Okay?
Yes.
My question or my issue is this. The PFM Act is very clear. The development, you have to make it not less than 30%. So the counties are not being, hawajaachiwa kwamba wamefungwa wasiongeza asilimia kwa maendeleo, but tujiulize
internet yangu imekuja. Sio kwa nini leo. I don't know why the nini. Sorry viewer for the network issues. It may be emanating also from my side. So I apologize for the inconvenience caused. But Jalim is joining us in a few. Yeah. So this, yeah, he's disappeared from the set, from the broadcast. But viewer, you've heard yourself for yourself how budget advocacy works in Kwale County. You've also heard for yourself, even with regard to matters allocation, you heard that funds are being allocated to wards, and it is not based even on need. They are just saying that we have 400 million, there are 20 wards, we just give each of them the same amount of money, and yet they have not looked at the matter of need, and also matters of also priority, even as Jalim has stated. So, Jalim.
Yes.
Yes, you're back. You're back. Yeah, you are talking about the BBI issue.
Yes. The allocation from 35% to, from 15% to 35%. That's all the counties are clapping for the BBI because of that increase. But my question is, Public Finance Management Act talked about 70% for the recurrent and not less than 30% for development.
Yes.
So since devolution up to now, Kwale County, the development absorption rate, they have never utilized that development rate, which is just 15 among the 47 counties. So ask yourself, if 15% among 47 counties, some of the counties, they can't utilize their development expenditure. What about 35%? Food for thoughts. So one, there's still a room for the county to increase their development up to 40 and so on. For instance, 2020-2021 approved budget within Kwale County, the development expenditure is 42.5%, which is more than 30%. So there is no law which aimed the government not to increase the development expenditure. So I don't see the room or the importance for us or for the counties to clamp for the 35% increase. If 15% out of 47 counties, they can't utilize that development expenditure. What about 35%? I think you understand my point.
Yes.
So it's all about the creativity. It's all about the leadership role and so on. It's not about the increment of the, development expenditure and so on. But what have you done since devolution up to date? You as a governor, you as assembly and so on. How many policies have you made within the county assembly which guarantee the development agenda within your counties? Thank you.
Thank you, Jalim. And we have had a very insightful and informative session. No, we don't have another question. we've come to the end of the broadcast, and I want to say thank you to you, Jalim, for joining the show. And we wish you the best even in your endeavor as you continue empowering the communities on matters budget advocacy. So viewer, we've come to the end of the show. Join us next time, even as we engage another guest who's going to share with us with regard to matters budget advocacy in their county. Asante.
Thanks very much, and God bless you, Valen. Most welcome to Kwale County.